Gaylord Lee Jr. Where I did have some problems with like stuttering, articulation.
It wouldn't be the first time someone ever got into a voice acting class to get in control of a stutter. I really believe that confidence is a major downfall to a lot of people that have speech impairments, because if you have a lack of confidence, it's going to make you perform less, because if you feel like you're going to lose all the time, you're not wanting to play the game.
Before I could even say a conversation, I would say probably 3 words at best that I would say before I even stutter. Maybe even 1 word, because I'm trying to say it too fast.
Many times the person has been uncomfortable all of their life and just not comfortable speaking. So many times they're not wanting to speak and they don't. And that's not normal. Most people grow up and they communicate and they build all kinds of social skills and verbal skills and physical skills. And it's just a normal thing. It's just normal life. But many people that have speech impairments, well, many times that they don't have the opportunity to develop a lot of those skills. And many of the people think that their lack of articulation is due to the speech impairment, when probably a very large percent of what they're not doing is not necessarily because of the speech impairment, but because of the lack of confidence that they've had growing up and not wanting to speak.
I found out that my emotion plays a huge part into my stuttering, due to the fact if I'm happy and I'm trying to get the energy to come out, but I can't, I will stutter because of it. Or if I'm scared or nervous, I just want to shut up.
We really develop a lot of people's skills that they just didn't pick up due to other obstacles that prevented them from wanting to just be able to organically develop their verbal skills. At the end of the day, what basically happened was, on his first actual class, I actually had him to write a script so that he can connect with that script. I wanted him to connect with the script. And then I had him to start performing the script. And then when he performed the script, I would give him commands. I want you to articulate a little bit further on this word. I want you to raise your decibel volume level a little bit on the end of that word. I want you to breathe, not where you breathe between this word, that word, but I want you to breathe on this word, and then enunciate and really give a more of a more feeling on this particular phrase.
He gave me so many commands that my brain didn't wrap itself around to try to put stuttering into it.
We hit record. He started, and as I was giving him those commands, he wasn't stuttering. And he was like so excited. He was like, "Mr. Hertzock, I'm not stuttering." I said, no, just keep going, just keep going. So, he kept going. He stopped stuttering within 20 minutes of his first class, and his life has changed since then. I mean, dramatically. It's been stuttering. He was stuttering like a severe stutter, severely.
It used to be me saying Walmart instead of just Walmart, or I can even say one of my friends named Matthew, I would say Matthew instead of just plainly saying Matthew. But now the stuttering do come, but it don't come too often. It comes very seldomly to, if not at all. I could say a whole paragraph, but before I couldn't even say one sentence, let alone half of a sentence.
The second week he came over, and I noticed when he came to class, of course we did do a weekly class, and I noticed I could tell that he would kind of stutter a little bit more. I could tell it was more difficult for him not to stutter. And then I asked him, "Are you still stuttering out in public?" And he said, yes, sir. And I said, no, sir, you can. And for some reason, because of the connection here, he somehow felt that this was like a magical place here in these studios. These film studios was this magical place. But I let him know, no, the magic's inside of you. It's just I saw it, and I was able to get you to understand, and I was able to give you directions.
Sometimes I would talk and I wouldn't breathe because I'm just trying to talk and get it out of me to rush so I could hurry and shut back up because of my stuttering. But when he told me to slow down, and after I figured that out, it was to just slow down, then I would be able to talk correctly without even having to worry about stuttering. What I feel I have accomplished in the class is control my stutter, getting rid of my stutter, to articulate myself, and to have more confidence in me.
You have to have confidence so that you can break that barrier and get through where you want to get to. Many people come to our classes and they find that they break barriers and they move quickly in areas they want to go so fast, so rapidly, it's unbelievable. It's because we're really building people up and guiding them in the direction and also encouraging them. And we have the ability to look past the speech impairment and be able to listen to the content.
The exposure for me just being or meeting Brian sometimes 2 times a week or even just 1 time a week from September to now, it plays a big part on me because I kind of see there's a different side to life. Like, you don't need to be talented to do it due to the fact you could work your way up and even be better than a person that is talented or the person that is gifted.
It's something about connecting with people. It's something about knowing who they are and helping them to know who they are. After all of these years of not knowing who they are because of holding up the barriers and trying to keep all the people that are hurting their feelings and talking down on them and thinking down on them. Many times a person may not say nothing, but they can look a certain way or don't respond to them a certain way, and it's worse than talking or saying something. So it's about getting them to understand that they've deadened themselves emotionally, psychologically, in so many ways, to sustain themselves, to self-preservation, to move forward. And sometimes they may have needed that, but there had to been a time where they had to learn to pull back from it and start bringing those guards down so that they can start experiencing their lives and being who they are. And basically, you can't learn who you are if you got a shield up to the world, because you won't know who you are to the world, in the world, without a shield. So many ways I believe that this helps people in this manner, in confidence. And more than that, it's just, you need to be able to know who you are to do anything really well. You have to be able to know who you are so that you can determine, I need to put this much into the character. I need to allow this much of myself to come through, to give it life. But if you don't know exactly who you are, how can you accurately make that assessment to yourself and perform it in real time? That's my point. And that's what I get people to understand so they can let go and just start back feeling again. And instead of walking around dead, numb, allow yourself to start feeling again and start experiencing your life.
My name is Gaylord Lee, and I'm a voice actor at Celtic Studios.